you know, I can't even, I could understand, years ago, women believing that, the safest way to survival is a man. I could understand, right? You know, women have this perception of men and the way men are portrayed, and God is a man and all these things, right? I could kind of understand why women would say, you know what, that's my safest, that's my best bet to survival, right? But here we are in 2025, deep in social media where everyone's on it, and you can read comments, you can listen to commentary, you can read posts, and it's evident, right, that most people are incredibly fucking stupid. Men and women, right? So for women in 2025 to believe that their safest way of survival is by way of a man, I've been on YouTube for a total of 9 days. And, I read comments. And usually on my social media platforms, I limit comments, I restrict comments, because most people are incredibly fucking stupid. Like, it's beyond me, right? And I can't, right? But the comment section is, it's open on my YouTube channel. And my comment sections are a social experiment. And I say this all the time, right? People are a social experiment. And it never fails, right? When men come across my content, black men especially, they see a pretty face, they hear logic and reason, and they automatically assume that my work is to empower or uplift the black community, right? As if I'm speaking to women for men. And women believe that, right? This is where the pick-me accusations and stuff come in. A lot of women are stupid, right? All you have to do is observe humans, listen to them talk, and you will see how easily manipulated and influenced they are, right? Most men have no control over themselves. The only control they have over themselves is the fear of losing their freedom in life, their lives, right? By way of law, law enforcement and such, right? I'm able to manipulate and finesse men very easily because I'm pretty, right? That's the bottom line. And many men don't have any self-control, and they allow their carnal desires, their primal needs and wants to override their thinking, right? And for many people, it's not even overriding, because most people don't even think. They just do. And it always bugs me out, like when I start a platform and men come across my content and they think that I'm speaking on the behalf of them, when nowhere in my messages have I ever talked about the black community, black women, black men, and us needing to unite. I'm not here for that. But men will listen to me and believe whatever they want to believe, right? They're just like the women that they complain about. Men are no fucking different than women. And so it bugs me out to hear women aspire to give their lives over to men. Because what is it about men, right? With all the information that you have. Women always talk about being the most educated and all these things. With all of the information that you have, with all of the experiences that you have with men, why would you think it's okay to give your life over to one? I really would like to know what is appealing about that, right? And this is I can have that if I want, right? Men are willing to do whatever, right? Men be in my comment section speaking as if we're going to have some type of reaction, as if they will have an opportunity with me just because they can leave a couple of words in my comment section. Men are listening to me thinking that I'm trying to groom women for them, talking about the community and keeping it together and the white man. Nowhere in any of my messages, even if you listen to one video, how did you infer that? Right? And I spoke about the inability for most humans to infer. That's something very difficult for a lot of people to do. And so this is why people just make up narratives. Right? They're so limited, right? They're so mentally dwarfed that they can't really gather what's being said in the message. So they just make up whatever it is that they make up and they run with it. And it's easier, and men want to believe that I'm here for the black community or grooming women for them because that's what they want to believe. There's no evidence of it, right? So a fella left a comment under one of my YouTube videos talking about a video that I made, that I posted on Facebook, speaking about my breakup. Now this video is about 4 years old. So that means that this stranger that I don't know exists has held on, has some sort of emotional attachment to me breaking up with another man. And he's holding on to that. Now this video got over 1 million views. Over 1 million views. I went viral like overnight with that video. Men were on YouTube talking about me like they took my breakup personal. Right? And so things like that shows me how mentally dwarfed a lot of men are. How intellectually inferior and limited a lot of men are. That they would, I'm a stranger. He's a stranger. They weren't in the relationship with me and they took it so personal that they're holding on to something from somebody on the internet from 5 years ago. These are the people that you want to put your lives in their hands, that you want to put your financial future in their hands, that you want to procreate with. Right? Most men will never self-actualize. Most men are going to remain inferior. Most men will die poor or on a fixed income. The aspiration to allow those men to run your life is beyond me. And that's most men. So the way men respond to me, in spite of what I say and don't say, is a part of pretty privilege. Because no matter what I say, men are gonna, for the most part, still have some type of allegiance or connection to me. Even though I say, if women listen to me, most men will be rejected. My goal is the restoration of natural order, which means I believe most men shouldn't have been born. Most men should not have a woman. I can say these things and men will still be like, oh, well, you know, go sis, you will be protected, and all this bullshit that they say in my comments. You got to see these people. These people I will call the police on. I would lock my car doors. I would clutch my bag. I would cross the street. I would tell them, I don't have any spare change. Please don't talk to me. Right? If I saw them in real life. That's the type of time I be on. So I'm not sure what is it about me that men would think that we have some type of, like I have some type of allegiance. I don't have allegiance to any of these. I don't know these people. Right? But that's what they hope. And this is what they're gathering from my messages, because they're simply hearing a pretty woman say what they want to say to women. Again, if women listen to me, most men would not have a woman. There will be a decline in the birth rate. That is my goal. To get women to stop having children, to self-actualize, to eliminate most men. I'm not sure why, but again, these are the people who are not that bright and that many of you want to put your life in the hands of. They see a pretty face, they see a nice rack, they hear intelligence, right? And they're just losing it. Somebody in my comments said that in YouTube, something about like these tender dick guys, I got them going crazy because people are seeing what's taking place in real time, and it's not a lot of people that can see that. There's a lot of men in my comments, they're swearing that we have some type of alliance. It's bugging me out. People know me. I'm not with that cis shit. I'm not with tribalism. I'm not your sister, your cousin, your auntie. I'm not on any of that type of time. But black people, this is how black people keep getting finessed throughout history. You hear something and you hear it from a black person, you automatically attach yourself to them. Don't attach yourself to me. Because if it were up to me, most men would not have a woman. Most men would not have children. So I'm not sure. There's nothing in my messages that ever alluded to or inferred that I was here trying to bring together the black community. That never been, ever been my message. Right? So, I just want women to open their eyes. Because these men are in the world, and it's most of them. Most men are not capable. They're just able to survive because they have to accept certain truths or they'll lose their lives. Not because they have life figured out, not because they're so much better than us. They just live by a different set of rules that we don't. We have certain privileges as women that they don't, right? I would never give my life over to a man, ever. I would never put my financial security into can't no man provide me no comfort. Just listening to men, I don't get, good luck to everyone, because